The ball bird dog will mobilize your hips and shoulders, plus activate your upper mid back and glutes. I love doing this earlier in a workout to kind of have a built-in warm-up. Also great anytime, anywhere to kind of loosen things up and wake up the backside of your body after sitting for a long period of time. We're going opposite arm and leg here. Don't just extend up, reach out away from the body for best results on this, and really squeeze and hold the top for a count. The ball side crunch will strengthen the obliques and QL or quadratus lumborum muscle. This frontal side-to-side plane of movement is often neglected by trainees. We're gonna hit it nice and slow, focusing on range of motion, getting a great stretch at the bottom, and then holding the top for a count and really contracting those love handle areas. Now, we're not spot reducing, but we're strengthening these areas. We'll end up burning belly fat over the course of the workout. The ball back extension will strengthen your upper, mid, and lower back, plus your glutes and high hamstrings. Now, ideally, anchor your feet against a wall for extra stability and more range of motion, but you can also do it in free space. And pay attention to how I'm rounding my upper back at the bottom of the exercise to maximally encourage range of motion to the thoracic spine or upper back, and really squeeze the glutes for a count at the top of each rep. Contrary to popular belief, there is nothing wrong with crunches, especially when done through a pain-free full range of motion, emphasizing a slow and controlled tempo. Now, notice how much of a stretch I get at the bottom of each rep, extending over the ball, and then I really crunch up, and I'm not trying to crunch forward, I'm actually trying to crunch skyward. Squeeze the top for a count, and make sure we're not using our hands to kind of pull and yank our head or neck forward. It's just there for support and lock in that tight core positioning. The ball reverse hyper is one of the most important strength and conditioning exercises for the lower back or lumbar spine. Keep the legs completely straight and try to wrap your whole body over the ball, getting your forearms on the ground to emphasize full range of motion. Keep the legs completely straight, go all the way up and squeeze the glutes at the top. Play with toes down and toes pointing away. Will get you a little more calf, or toes down or toes pulled to shin will strengthen your shins a bit. You can mix between both of the options, but really focus on holding the top for a count before lowering your legs slowly. The ball rollout will strengthen your lats, improve shoulder mobility, and also strengthen both your superficial and deep abdominal muscles. The rectus abdominis, that six-pack, plus the transverse abdominis, which is important for stabilizing the spine underneath those beautiful six-pack abs. The big focus here is go really slow, only go out as far as you can, maintaining that nice tight core position without hyperextending the lower back and squeezing the glutes. Try to get a little more range of motion every rep and just be very slow and methodical with your hand steps. This will also prep you for the more challenging ab wheel if you choose to take on that challenge. The rolling leg curl is my favorite hamstring exercise because it hits both functions: hip extension, which gets the high hamstrings, and knee flexion, which gets the low hamstrings. Now, if you can't do the curl part, just do the straight-legged hip extension so you're ready to get there. But the key is, while you're doing this, you got to maintain full hip extension while bringing the ball back and forth, full range of motion. Really go slow on the way out to emphasize that good eccentric contraction to lengthen and strengthen these muscles and also prevent strains during athletic activities. These 4 chopping drills on your feet will strengthen your lower back and obliques, improve rotational speed and power, plus burn belly fat and get a crazy cardiometabolic response. On the backward chop, it's really important to focus on pivoting the feet and rotating the hips for best results, making sure we don't overextend on the back. And then we go into our diagonal chops. We go both directions here. The key focus is on all of these. Always keep the shoulders higher than the hips to protect the lower back. Again, pivoting feet, rotating hips, kind of dropping the hips down to load up those legs and give you more power into the exercise. And then pay attention to one side being tighter or weaker than the other, and work that kind of on off days or in warm-ups. And then finally, the rotational chop coming across shoulder level here. You can drop your hips to get more hip and thigh engagement and really light those legs up, plus accelerate the metabolic and fat loss.